Hey everybody, welcome to What Was He Thinking? Today we're going to be covering the M48 Patton on El Halluf. Tier 10 match, obviously, but we can actually take a look here. If we take a look at this matchmaker, this is what we're going to be seeing from Wargaming's new matchmaker of the 357, or whatever the hell it is that they're calling it. We have a few top tier tanks, we have a few mid-tier tanks, and we have a lot of bottom tier tanks. This is what we're going to see with Wargaming changes to the matchmaker. So what we're going to do here is we're going to work on the effects of a tier 10 tank with a great gun at distance. So we're going to actually move to the south here. It's a very underplayed area, but it's very much needed for securing a flank. We're going to move to the south here. We're going to see Kate kills our T-49 roll up along our right side here, and he's actually going to dive down the ridge here, and he's going to light up some vehicles that we will have some shots on. Unfortunately, the first vehicle that we line up here, a grill, will peek back behind cover real quick. And we see that our T-49 takes a lot of damage here. But we see this Scorpion G, beautifully silhouetted, fully exposed in that position. Probably not the best choice for him to go there at the very start of the map. So we're going to actually line up on him and take a shot. Again, great gun on this tank. Everybody says the Patton sucks. I disagree. I love my Patton. You guys should love my Patton too. So that Scorpion G, he takes a lot of damage, and we're going to then watch this T-69 as he's maneuvering down over here. And we're going to be focusing on two positions while here in the south. The first one is this one that I'm in right here. And we're going to keep peeking out back and forth to try to get shots on anything that might be sitting up over here, because you can actually blind fire this position and usually hit a vehicle. And the second position will be over here. Excuse me as I flub all of my words. So we're going to roll out here, and unfortunately we don't see the T-69 soon enough to get a good shot on him, but he has seen us, and we need to keep that in mind as he's peeking out and a little bit, and we're peeking out. And we're going to keep rolling back and forth here, and I'm rolling in a straight line for a little while I'm still lit, and then I'm going to instantly change back forward again. You guys are actually going to see an artillery round miss right here. There's the artillery round right there. What else we're going to see is we're going to see another invisible tank, an unknown tank, fire at us. And it's going to go well past our tank, but there's something on the ridge line behind the C-69. There's the round that came in right there. It could have been the grill. It could have been whatever was behind that T-69. We don't know, but we need to keep an eye out on that. So we're moving up to this spot up here, and we are within spotting range of the Scorpion G. The Scorpion G has a lot of spotting optics or a great spotting crew. He will have seen us by now, which he actually does, or somebody does. I'm not sure exactly who sees us. It could be the guy on the ridge back here that we're looking at with our camera. But we see the Scorpion G, we roll up a little bit here, we just auto-aim on him and just unload, because that's how great this gun is. Second thing that we notice here is an invisible T-28 prototype that's sitting up on those rocks, somewhere in G3. We're not exactly sure where, but whenever something like this happens, immediately line up on when your damage indicator is, because it will always point back to the point of origin of the shell. Even if it's an artillery shell that lands behind you, your damage indicator will point back to the point of origin of any shell. It's always great, never a bad idea to ping the map once or twice, tell your team something's there. If you know what it is, like now with the damage indicators that tell you exactly what is hitting you, like that T-28 prototype, ping the map there once or twice, say T-28 prototype, or T-28 proto, or T-28 whatever. Just let your team know that you were hit by something invisible from this position. Because the more information that you share with your team, the better off things will be for you and them. I take a look here. It was a little bit of a bullshit pen, a very steep angle. I personally felt that it should have bounced. It is an AP round with, judging by the size of the hole, but it is what it is. We'll take a bullshit bounce later. We see the grill come back up here. Unfortunately, he does back up again, but we do peek up in that spot to try and take him out. We look over here, see the T-69s pressing our T-49, and then we finally see what is behind that 30. A hull down T-30. From this point right here, we can see it's just as terrible. We don't want to play with that. We want to stay away from that. But the T-30 will unfortunately come into play later on in the battle. He's pretty passive. But we get our shot off on the T-69. Unfortunately, our T-49 dies, but the T-69 is actually rammable to death if we would so choose. But let's press forward on this a little bit. We're going to speed this up to 4x because nothing really happens from here. Again, we're shifting around in this position. We're looking for blind shots. We're looking for kill shots. And we're just going to keep moving around back and forth because we don't know if artillery is still looking down here. But as we move along here, we see there's a T-28 prototype that hit us earlier. Time for a little revenge. He does get tracked there. We do wait for the reload, but unfortunately he's taken out right before we reload. Right there, and there's a T-28 back there, and we're actually looking for a little bit. I was looking there for shots on him, but I see this T-69 who's just right up there. He's YOLOing, for lack of a better term. He's YOLOing down the middle. I would not say this is a great idea. I mean, he's pushing onto a tier 10 that can do this to him. So, I mean, we take him out, we bail into cover, we bail towards the middle of the map. We see the T-30 lights back up. He actually does hit us in the track. No damage. Bullshit bounce number 2. So, we're now here towards the middle of the map, and we can affect more of the map from this position. If you guys haven't watched the Type 59 Redshire video, I'd suggest go watching that, guys, after this one, because you'll see playing the middle of the map can affect a lot from the middle of the map, and really get some good experience, good damage. We're taking a look up north here. We are spotting the T-28 somehow, and he took a hit there, and I'm going to back this up here real quick to give me some more time to talk, but we see he takes a hit from our ally, probably a high roll from the low. I'm not sure. I would think of the 183 maybe dead. But we do spot him right here between the gaps and everything. And if we zoom in here, we can see there he is. He's silhouetted. We spotted him as we were passing behind this little shrub here. But he's going to take a hit from something on our team. And then we're going to see that, hey, this indicator came up that said 470 damage done to the T-2, as I believe we see a 183 shell streak screen. And I realized that, hey, he's still sitting out there. I saw where he was. I saw exactly where he was, and I aimed in on him. So I'm going to take a blind shot here next to kill him. So he's down. We're all tied back up. Third kill. We're still looking for this Centurion 7-1. We're going to take a shot here on him. Unfortunately, the shot's not accurate enough to actually kill him. And we're going to see the Leopard 1 move back and forth here. We're going to get a shot on the Leopard 1 here in a second or two. And I'm moving around into position to try to get a better shot on that Leopard 1. But in the meantime, I'm looking for that T-30. I don't want to walk in front of that T-30 and just shot by him, because that's a lot of hit points gone very quickly. Well, we see the Leopard here. He's like, oh, he backed up almost enough there. Oh, there he is, full side on. So I was waiting there for him to actually back up further, and I'm going to take another blind shot on him here, but unfortunately this one does hit the dirt. And at this point, we're not going to get much else just from sitting in the middle of the map here. So I keep checking for that T-30. I ping the map that, hey, the T-30 was down there. So I want to move actually away from him, but more towards helping our guys. So this is why I'm rolling up this path here instead of more towards the south. I'm looking for shots constantly on these guys. I don't see any. There's the AMX M449, but I can't see him. The grill can almost see him, but can't quite see him. So now that we've crossed up here, our next goal is artillery. But before that, we're actually going to see on the minimap that they have guys rolling in on our IS-3 and our T-10 down here. They're not going to survive no matter what we do. We can land every shot. They'd have to all be MRX, but those guys are not going to survive. So we took a shot on that 7201K, tried to get him tracked, but unfortunately track is still intact. But we can see the 4502B is tracked, and we're going to start dealing him. And we get the kill on him. And the Batchat lit us right there. That's the only tank that is within draw distance and view range and let us there. So we're moving away. We're moving away from him. We know the T-30 is still down here somewhere. In fact, right there he is. I turn around to try to get a shot on him, but he is moving towards cover, and that was just a terrible shot. I don't want to waste my round on that. And just so everybody notices what the low is doing and what the 183 are doing, it's terrible game. They're effectively botting. The low hasn't moved, and the 183 hasn't moved. The 183's pushed out some damage, not a lot, and the low, he's not in draw distance at this point. So, yeah, that's all I have to say about that. So we're gonna keep moving around here, looking for the artillery. We actually see him right here, and we see just the top of his vehicle, because our spot check is actually right here. The spot check will always be in line with the highest point on your tank in the middle of the turret. So even though our commander's cupola is off to the right side here, the spot check is actually floating right here above the middle of the turret. So we see him. I'm actually going to roll up here, and what you guys are going to witness here is a byproduct of the RNG system. I've noticed this in countless battles. I've done this countless times. If there is only a sliver like this of an enemy vehicle shown and you aim in fully, you have a really high chance to hit. Just like this. And we see this guy's actually going to be running here. And unfortunately, we can't hold that high angle position on him. I think I misclicked there for another round. But I'm going to move away. And we're going to actually see some tanks are chasing us down. There's a Centurion 7-1 behind us. He does shoot us. And we actually take an engine hit, but I retaliate on him with a lucky snapshot and get him for kill 5. Immediately after this, we are going to see a Leopard show up here. I try to get a lineup on him, but unfortunately not. And he's kind of parrying back there in order to try and not get a hit by me immediately. But we see the bat shot, we shoot the bat shot, and then the Leopard 1 shoots us. I move up here, I miscalculate the level of the ground here, and I shoot the ground, but normally that would have hit him and killed him, but I will reload faster than he does, so I take him out right there. And we see the T-30s down here. He's still full health, so our rounds earlier, you know, didn't connect on him, but he is shooting at this low down here. He's now at 84 hit points, and the low actually retaliates in chat and says, you know, everybody's fuck with him, something like that. But we're still moving around trying to find the artillery. And the MX M449 shows up, and we can also take a look at the mini-map right here, guys, and see that the 183 now has a friend. He does have more than one friend, but I mean, he's been sitting there the whole map. The artillery lights up, and I take a rolling shot on him. Again, Patton, great gun, amazing gun. Love the gun on the Patton, and that was kill number 8 for our Radley Walters. And what I'm doing here is I'm trying to see where the T-30 is looking. I think maybe that T-30 is up there next to the MX M449. I can roll down behind them and get a shot on them, but I think I made the turn too soon, because as we look over here, the T-30 is looking. And I don't want to sit there and get shot by him, because I'm 700 hit away. So really, really good chance that he would one-shot me. But we proxy light the MX M449 with the help of Mr. X-Ray here. Like, we can magically hear his tank on the other side of this rock, and we're just going to line up on him, auto aim, and put a round through his side. I auto aim there because I have a very accurate gun, I have a very high penetration gun, and it's a very fast traveling shell, which we'll actually see here in another few seconds as we take a shot on this grill that shows up in the middle. It took me a split second to realize that's where the grill was, but he is still within draw distance, so I actually stop, back up here, and put a shot in on him. Blind shot, but we do see that he does take damage. He is not able to get out of the line of that shell fast enough. I'm going to pause here. What I should have done is go north. I should have gone north, gone up the one line, across the C1, B2, B3 area, come across here and help out our 183, but I felt I wouldn't get there in enough time in order to help him, because I figure, you know, it's a 72-01 in a grill. They'll either rush him and kill him, or the T-30 will get the kill shot on him. Instead, what I did was this, and this is not what should have happened, but it's what I did. I came out here hopefully looking for a T-30 to be looking off to the left of the screen, looking at that 183 to try to get a shot on him, but unfortunately that's not what happened. The T-30 is actually hiding further up the hill here near the AMX M449. And I take a shot on him. I only track him, unfortunately. And in return, we take a low roll ammo racking shot. Now, we used our repair kit earlier when that Centurion 7-1 hit us in order to fix the engine. The engine's very important next to the ammo rack. I would say repair ammo rack first and then engine second. But the T-30 gets us, and I'm not going to reload in time, so I just ram him for a little extra damage. So we're at 4606 in damage with 850 resistance. But this guy does get us, and we'll actually switch over to this 183 to see what's going on over there. 9 kills. RNG kind of messed with us a little bit there and messed with other people. RNG is not fun. RNG is not random. So we look at our 183 here, who now is the last guy left on the team with no help. Never moved from this spot, and he's at 500 hit points. So neither of these guys on the enemy team are willing to take the first hit. And then the other one would flat out kill him. Kill the 183, no issues. But we can see that the 7201 is actually on the cap. And this this 183 is just botting. Don't be this 183, guys. I mean, that's the only reason why I'm leaving this on like it is. Don't be this 183. It doesn't help the win. So with that, guys, a recap on this video is, you know, try playing outside the normal boundaries of where everybody expects you to play. Like playing on the south here, you'll usually see me in a medium tank on the south of this map, at least from the east side. From the west side, I don't know, I'll switch it up every now and then. But overall, help your team, try to get spots in, try to help your scouts go scout. Scouting is the most important thing in World of Tanks. If you can't see the enemy, you can't hurt the enemy. If the enemy can see you, they can hurt you. So scouts go scout. Tank destroyers, don't sit in the back and do nothing, because as you can see, this guy is now fired and he has 16 second or so reload, and boom, the girl just killed. Do your best to try to help the team, and you know, share your hit points. Oh, don't be afraid to lose a few hit points here and there. Just don't lose them all at once. Don't hoard your hit points to the end. And you know, if you find a tank that you love, like how I love my Patton, my M48 Patton, play it. Play your tank. Doesn't matter if it's tier 2 or tier 5. Play the tank. Don't listen to the subs. So, thank you everybody for coming along with this What Was He Thinking for the M48 Patton on El Halluf. Questions, comments, concerns, leave them down in the comments section. I will get back to you as soon as possible. And everybody have a good day. I will see you in the next